Hello, and today I'll be teaching you how to use Elif in Python. So, what is Elif? Elif. So now if we know, we know how to use if else. If 5 times 5 equal to 5, print 1. So now I've taught how to do if else in another video. So now it's better to watch them. So now if you watched my other videos, you know how to you probably know how to use if else. You know how to use if else. You probably know also how to use nested loops like this one. So here's some examples. That I used in my other videos. So now it's recommended that you watch both of my other Elif videos, if else videos, because it's going to help, because Elif has to do with everything but if else. So now we know how to use this is an example of nested if else. So this is an if else, and there's if here and there's an else here, which makes it an if else and an if else. Now we can also make an if else here. So you can also make another if here. If 5 times 5 equals yes, we can. So now this is just too complicated. There's an if else and an if else and an if else. But at this point it's just too complicated. It's gonna confuse you. So if this is an if else and an if else, then okay, now let's go all the way back. Let's do something more simple. If 500 equals 899, 5,000 to fix that. 15. Else, I want to put 51. So now you can see I've done this in a rush, and there's not much. Like, why would you want to print the number 15 to clarify it's true? So let me just fix this now. Now you probably think, so if this happens, this is going to happen. But here it just says if this does not happen, this is going to happen. Every single time you're going to do this, you're always going to get this. If they're equal or not, you're going to get one of these two. If they're equal, you're going to get this one. If they're not, you're going to get this one. But what if you wanted to do another one? Then you might. So then what if you wanted to do it like, oh, but also if it was 5,000 and 800 and 900, let me just make them smaller. And then you also want to do another one that says if it's 50 and 90, I also want it to print true. Because in here there's only one condition, only just one condition, and then it's only gonna print true. If it failed, it's just gonna print this. Even if it was 89 point, even if this was 50.1, or this was 89.1. So you probably know what I mean now. So now you probably think, oh, that's probably another if. But this time you don't put you don't put the period. You don't put the if in here. Like, that will also become a nested loop like this. Then you probably think it's probably this one. I'm probably gonna say to do this one, this exact one, this way. Print true. And I probably think I'm gonna say this. If I want this, oh, I have to run this one. Yeah, you can see we have a false here. It does work. If I did 550 and if I put 90 here, run this. See, true. So now if this happens, it's gonna also print true. If this happens, it's also gonna print true. But what if I told you that there's another way? That this is not the official way of doing it. That's how I like to say it. Because it's not if. So if it's not if, then what's it? And I probably guessed it. It's Elif as the title of this video. Now, if we just replace the if, the Elif, there we go. No red lines. Everything looks so fine. And also to mention, if there's no red lines, there can also still be an error. I'll show you that after. Oh, there we go. True. We only got true here. True. Where's this one? I didn't get it. Why did I not get true too? When I did if, we got true 2, we got true. But now when you did Elif, we didn't get true 2. And we didn't get true. Or what if I try to change it to the same number? Still nothing. Then how does Elif really work? So now you probably think, then how I'm not getting true 2? Well, I have an answer. It's because Elif basically works like else. It works like else, but it doesn't do what else does. So it's they're both a bit relatively close, but they're not the same. Now, Elif basically means if the first condition was not true, then try me. If I don't work, try else. Else is true, so there's no point of it going down. The same thing. If the same thing, so that's what I mean. These are both related. Elif, else, and Elif. So this is true. Then why is it not printing false? Why is it only printing 2? Because you can't say, oh, that's true and that's also false, because that makes absolutely no sense. Common sense. So it's the same like Elif. Now what if I try to do one here? If I run this, still false. Why is that? If this happened, it's gonna do this. This did not happen. It went to Elif. Well, this was also false. It went to else. Now, because there's no other Elif, or if only, because now there's no if, Elif, it had to go to else because there was no option. So this is like an emergency exit. So if there's no ways, then it goes to the last emergency one. So now what if we try to make this equal? Run this. Finally, there we go, we got 2, 2. It's the same thing as saying if, but this time it's part of an exit. So now you can see what Elif really does. Then you're probably thinking, what if I did another if else in here? If and then the Elif. But you know, that's going to be for after. It's too complicated to see. So now, what if this was another function? On this, false. 50 is not more than 50 because they're both the same. If I did equal, there we go. Right now, you need double equal. But what if I did 51 and this way? Now these both aren't the same. Obviously we'll get 2, 2, because even if this went from 1000 times 55 equals equal to 2, but to print this I need the right answer, and I do not know what this times 598 is, but I can work it out. So it's gonna be 598 plus how many zeros there are? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3, and then to the 1, 2, 3. And now you probably think, why can't I just do something simpler? See, I told you, my math is right. It's never wrong. Maybe sometimes. So you can see, now this is too complicated. I had to figure out what 5,908 and 1 billion, I think. Yeah, I think that's billion. equals and 598 million or billion. I don't know, I'm not good with zeros. So let's go something simpler. I can also do this. Okay, it was the same thing. Do this, you get false because it's not true. Do this, you get 2 because it's just true. Now what if I did something like this? Yes, it's still true too, because 551 is not equal to 52, and that is true. So I hope you now know how to use if else. If else is now something like a routine to us, because now we know what if else and if is. Today we also learnt Elif, which is another new thing we've learnt today. We've learnt from doing programs from this to big ones to back to simple ones. So you can see this was just a recap, and mind the gaps please. So I'll see you in the next video.